So without further ado, let's get to it, shall we? The big headline deal over the weekend, of course, was the San Jose Sharks making a blockbuster trade of sorts for Yaroslav Askarov. They tweeted out that the sweepstakes are over. Welcome to San Jose. Hashtag the future is teal. Let's hear from GM Mike Grier on this deal.
You know, he's obviously a super talented goalie, and you know, there's not too many opportunities where you have a chance to go after a young goalie like this and add him to your group. So we've kind of been in touch with him probably over the last year. If he has to report to the Barracuda, I don't think he'll have any issue with it, and work with Nabby and Millsy there and on his game and continue to develop and get better. And you know, on top of that, I think you know, we've also signed him to a 2-year extension as well. You guys will probably see soon enough, but you know, he's in the fold. He's all in. He's excited to be here, and you know, if he has to be in the AHL, then I think he's okay with that, to keep developing and growing his game. When you're that size and you have the ability to anticipate and read plays and the athletic ability he has, I think it's all about him just putting it all together. And we're very confident that he's going to be a number one. I expect this to be a really competitive camp, and competing for jobs. That's up front and that's in the back end, and now I would say that's in the net too. So for Yaroslav, I think it's also a good opportunity for him to watch and learn for some guys who've been successful in the league or good goalies in Blackie and Vitek. I think he can learn from those guys and on the ice and off the ice, how they take care of themselves and how to be a pro. So, you know, I think all around it's really beneficial to everyone involved.
Yeah, and Sharks fans are going to be super excited to get to know this guy and everything that he brings, because his ceiling is sky high. 22 years old. He is considered the #1 goaltending prospect right now across the NHL. He made it known to the Predators that he was not happy there and requested a trade. And so anytime you have a disgruntled guy, you know, it's a difficult situation. How do you rate this trade from both sides?
Well, I think it's a great pickup for the San Jose Sharks. Here you get a goaltender who's in the prime of his career, literally. I mean, he's just a youngster at 22 years of age, so he'll grow with the team. But he's put up really good numbers in the AHL. And, you know, you look at the goaltending situation they have right now, 2 proven guys in Blackwood and Vanacek. But Askarov, now he might start with the Barracuda, which is the San Jose Sharks farm team, but they play out of the same building, so he'll be close by. Wouldn't be surprised if he gets a couple of looks like he did with the Nashville Predators. And you see him here, he's got some personality. And sometimes this might rub some people the wrong way. And let's keep in mind that Barry Trotz, kind of an old school hockey guy. Okay. Maybe he wasn't totally enthralled with this. David Poile, too, the former GM of Nashville. I know David. He was an assistant GM of mine with the Calgary Flames. I don't think they really like that. Oh. That's not the reason he got traded. But I think you get a team like the San Jose Sharks. They're trying to make a name for themselves. Mike Grier, you know, doing a good job. It's been a slow rebuild. Yeah. But if you want your rebuild to be successful, you've got to have a goaltender. Right. They're hoping that Askarov is that guy. And you talked about, you know, the young players for the Sharks right now. I mean, look at this lineup. You're going to see Will Smith this year. Macklin Celebrini should be there also. You know, Eklund's just 22 years of age. That's a young core, and they've got some pieces there already. So, you know, watch out for the San Jose Sharks. It's not going to be this year. And Askarov might not even play there much this year, but they're heading in the right direction. Yeah, well, you also wonder, too, from the player's perspective, and Askarov trying to get out of Nashville, how much it has to do with Juuse Saros being the guy. And now his new contract, right? He signs an 8-year deal earlier this summer. And so the fact that Saros is going to be there long term, maybe that factored in. So now you get a chance to start over in San Jose, or really start from scratch. I think he's played all of 3 NHL games to this point. But he could be the guy in San Jose, whereas he wouldn't have been in Nashville. Jamie, that's a really good point. And I think they were all waiting, too, to see what Nashville was going to do in the offseason. And what did they do? They went out and got Steven Stamkos. They went and got Marchessault. I mean, you know, they needed goal scoring this year, and they really, literally, within 3 or 4 days of free agency, they addressed that issue. And, you know, Saros sees that, and he was aware of what direction they were heading in, and I'm sure that helped make his decision a lot better, because when you're a goaltender in a team that's only averaging, you know, 2.5, 3 goals a game, that puts a lot more pressure on you. And there you see the general manager, Barry Trotz, and what he did during free agency. And locking down Saros, listen, they know what they have in Saros.
Yeah.
And he's not as big as Askarov, but he's a good one.
Yeah.
He's absolutely fantastic, very athletic. So they lock him down. They bring in some goal scoring. You know, Nashville thinks they've got a really good chance this year of getting back in the playoffs.
I would think so. They really did make a splash in free agency, so we'll see how it all shakes out on the ice.